Hello, I'm so happy I got a hold of you. Welcome to another exciting episode of LT Showcase. I am Lucious T, and today we're taking a look at a game that I found by accident on Target's buy two, get one free day deal, whatever. And it apparently came out last year, and if I had known it was coming out, I likely would have picked it up. Which game are we talking about? We're talking about Maneater for the PS4. I think it's on other stuff too. Now, ironically, I'm doing a giveaway of this game because I got a second copy by accident. Target sent my first copy to the wrong address, so I had them give me another one, and then the first copy made its way to me. So yeah, passing the savings on to you, so if you want to see how you can win this free copy of a $25 game, stick around to the end of the video. Otherwise, let's check it out.
There's a lot of games out there, some of which you've never even heard of. That's where I come in. I'm Lucious T. I've been playing games since the age of 2, and I have no life.
This is Retroactive.
Maneater on PS4. Alright, before we get started with this, I need to talk about my love of Jaws. So I've done a Hated Gems years ago on the game Jaws because I love the movies Jaws. I even love the fourth one, which for a while there, I didn't even know what the fourth one was. I almost thought I dreamed it because it's not called Jaws 4. I think it's called The Revenge of Jaws or something like that. But I got Jaws as a kid for the NES, hated it, sold it. Since then, I played it now, and I think it's actually not too bad. And then when Jaws Unleashed came out, it originally only came out for the PC, and I bought it, and I did not have a computer that could run it. And then my little brother wanted to play it, and his computer couldn't run it. I didn't even know it came out on PS2, which I eventually found at a thrift store several years later. Haven't played that. And then when I came across this, I'm like, finally, a game that's a modern game where you can play as a Jaws or play as a shark and go around killing stuff. This is going to be great. And that's what I thought it would be going into it. And then as I started playing it, I'm like, oh, you can evolve. You can start giving yourself different heads, different fins. Is this going to have a little bit of an Evo feel? The enemies have, health meters. There's levels. Well, you start the game and immediately you're a big shark, but then you get caught by the main bad guy who kills you. And when he kills you, he rips out your unborn child, which is you, and the unborn child eats his hand and then goes in the water, and that's where you start the game. You start up as a baby. And the best way I can describe this is the way I eat Lucky Charms, where I eat all of the bad stuff and then save all the marshmallows for last, and then just have a big old pile of amazing marshmallows. That's how this game is structured, because the beginning of the game is rough. It is very, very rough, and not in a fun or a difficult way, just it's bad. The controls take forever to get used to. It's always hard to do games underwater. That's probably the reason why there hasn't really been many successful ones, because you have to worry about left, right, but then up and down, and then moving up and down. It's tough all around, and they try and give you as much help as you can get, but it just, you have to learn how to jump out of the water, how to dodge. The dodge doesn't really do much. You start in a swamp, and immediately you're just attacked by level 8 alligators, which just destroy you. You get this ability to thrash, where if you thrash, you can do big damage, but you really don't get the benefit of thrash until you almost don't need it because you're so high level. You can go onto the land and kind of flop around for a bit, but it's just, if you persevere, this game becomes one of the most brain-dead fun experiences that I've had on the PS4. Because as you get stronger, as you become from the child to the teen, to the adult, to the elder, to the mega shark, you get more abilities, you get more powers, you get the ability to augment yourself more so you can make yourself collect more. Essentially, they have these crystals and mutagens that will level you up. They're the reagents. So you'll get more of those. You'll get the ability to be on land longer, which is something I really like, because you can just go and be a land shark and just kill people left and right. So I went for the bone evolutions, because the bone evolutions you get after you beat apex predators in the zone, which there's about 7 zones, and it's all, it's like a collectathon. In the zones, you have to find the different crates to smash, you have to find the different mutagen containers, you have to find the license plates, you have to find the signposts, and they always have a little bit of comedy. There's a lot of tongue-in-cheek comedy in this. I'd say it's similar to something like Destroy All Humans as far as that goes. Not all of it lands, but there are some that are pretty funny. And the premise of the game is that it's a reality show that's following that Scaly Pete guy, the one guy whose hand you cut off. It's funny because it shows hashtags in the lower corner, and it's just, it almost feels dated so much that it's cringy, but it's still funny and acceptable. And as the game gets more enjoyable, as you get more powerful, you start to appreciate it more. Now, there's a little bit of a Grand Theft Auto vibe here, too, because you can go around and kill fish and kill wildlife and sea creatures all you want. You don't have to attack any humans, but there are some side quests and there are some things that say go and kill humans. And when you do, after you kill enough, you'll build a threat meter. And after you build enough threat meter, hunters will come out. And you can just endlessly kill these hunters. And after you kill enough of them, you get a new star rating. So there's 10 star ratings. Every time you unlock the next rating, you get a new named hunter who will come after you. But he's just as weak as the other ones. Sometimes you might have a boat that's harder to kill. And especially once you unlock the ultimate abilities from your different, like the bone ultimate, the shadow ultimate, the poison ultimate. I just stuck with the bone because you literally could become a wrecking ball and just wreck through stuff. And as long as you're dodging, like the game can't handle it too, mind you. The frame rate drops significantly, but it's just so chaotic and so fun and so stupid that it's just a good time. Because when I went into it, I was hoping that, the shark attacks, you'll be able to attack someone and you get that real feel of ripping something apart and going after it. And it'll do that sometimes where the shark will throw things in the air and grab it. But for the most part, it just feels almost like a Pac-Man pellet. Like, you don't get that kind of visceral, almost the way in Ninja Gaiden 2 or in Resident Evil when you get a headshot and something explodes. Like, it's not that woo! Instead, it's just, yeah, all right, par for the course. That happened. I ate that person. All right, moving on. In some regards, it's a little too fast-paced because of that kind of stuff. It doesn't really give you the weight because once the hunters come after you, it's just like hunters. It's like the police in Grand Theft Auto. They're constantly surrounding you from all ends. But the hunters are even worse because no matter what, you can kill all of them and there's just more coming. And they always know where you are. So that's why it's nice once you get the ability to walk, or not walk, but breathe more on land. You can just jump on land and hop and get into the water in other areas. Like I said, there's 7 different areas, all have their own different themes. The one you start in is the worst one, and then you get more metropolitan, you get one that's more in the bay, eventually orcas and sperm whales start attacking you, great white sharks. And once you're so big that the thrash that you do now will essentially one-shot anything, and you're thrashing mako sharks and hammerhead sharks and things that gave you so much trouble, you're now just eating for breakfast, is great. So you get that sense of progression, but I think I paid about 10 hours, 12 hours, something like that. So it's a bit of a commitment, but trust me, it's well worth it. Is it a great game? No, not at all. Controls are not good. The frame rate is bad. The comedy's generic. But for some reason, it's pretty damn fun when you put it all together. If I was going to give it a rating, I'd probably give it a 7 or 6.5, 7. Yeah. And as to that free copy of the game I'm giving away, it's going to be very easy. All you have to do for listening to this whole video is go ahead and comment, leave a like, and tell me what your favorite cereal is. Tell me if you know what I'm talking about by the Lucky Charms stuff. That way I'll know you actually listened. All right, guys. It's been so nice getting a hold of you. Take care. Did we really make it through an entire episode called Man-Eater with not one reference to Lucius eating male penis? This show does need me.